Good evening, everyone. The meeting for our Planning and Zoning Commission meeting for Tuesday, August 2nd, 2022 was now called to order. May we have a determination of quorum?
Yes, ma'am. Would you like a roll call vote? All right. Commissioner Jones,
Present.
Commissioner Devers,
She's absent.
Commissioner Stewart Senior,
Present.
Commissioner Smith,
Here.
Commissioner James, here, and Chairwoman Eccles.
Present.
Thank you.
Okay.
Ms. Chairwoman, we've got a quorum.
Thank you. For public comments, comments to the Planning and Zoning Commission should be limited to no more than 2 minutes. Groups wishing to address an issue should select 1 or 2 spokespersons. The time allowed for all issues shall not exceed a total of 15 minutes. Issues raised at this time are generally referred to the Director of Planning and Zoning for review. Responses will be provided at a later date. We do not have public comments tonight.
Nope, we have no cards for public comment, general public comment. Thank you.
Okay. Fellow commissioners, have you had a chance to look at the agenda? If so, may we have a motion?
Commissioner Jones, a motion to approve tonight's agenda.
Commissioner Stewart, I second the motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposes? That motion carried. Fellow commissioners, have you had a chance to read the meeting minutes from July 12th? If so, may we have a motion?
Motion to approve the meeting minutes from July 12th.
Commissioner James, I second that motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposes? That motion carried. Public hearing. The first item on the public hearing tonight will not be read, as there has been an error, but I will read it, but there will not be anything done with it tonight. 2022077, primary variance, Black and Low, a request to reduce the side yard setback from 15 feet to 7 feet to allow for an accessory dwelling unit at 281 Malone Street. Again, there will not be anything done with this one tonight, as there was an error when it was advertised. So we'll go to the second one. Do we have to make a motion on it? Do we have to make?
No motion on the first.
Okay. The second one, 2022083, primary variance, Landmark Christian School, a request to reduce the front setback along East Broad Street from 35 feet to 0 feet, and to reduce the front setback along East Campbellton Street from 50 feet to 20 feet. Staff?
Yes, thank you, Chairwoman. So as you were reading, this is a request for 2 separate variances.
Richard. Well,
Oh, dear. Okay, I'm sorry. All right, sorry about that.
It's okay.
Thank you, Chairwoman. As you were reading off, this is a request for 2 variances. The first variance is to reduce the front yard setback from 50 feet to 20 feet along East Campbellton Street. And on this one, it is a 50-foot front yard setback because of the neighboring residential lots. So typically it would be 40, but because it neighbors the residential, it is 50 there. And the second variance request is going to be to reduce the front yard setback from 35 feet to 0 feet along East Broad Street. A couple things to note on the site plan is currently they are removing the log cabin and they are removing the scoreboard on there. And all the development, regardless of what you approve here tonight, will have to go through the rest of the development regulations. So if there's a parking issue, an impervious surface issue, they may have to come back to you for those if these plans do not meet those codes. And at this time, staff is recommending approval of this with conditions, because with conditions being, one, buildings will be required to have a sprinkler system and fire alarm, and two, a fire hydrant will be required to be installed in the area of the new building. And staff is recommended this due to the topography of the lot there, because as you go down to the football field, it drops approximately 16 feet and about 2 feet. And then also, it is very similar to the existing structure there with this, as it regards to the setbacks. All right?
Fellow commissioners, any questions for staff?
No questions.
There being none, is anyone from the applicant here that would like to comment, or? Please state your name and who you're with.
Madam Chair, I'm Molly Mayfield. I'm the Chief Operating Officer at Landmark. Also with me is the new head of school, Daniel Wesche, James Pickett, our director of our chair of our facilities committee, and then Brent Moy, who is our engineer on this job, that can answer any questions you might have. We're just extremely excited to be able to put a building where the parking lot was. There will be additional green space. Right now, the old Fulton County property was built all the way up to the sidewalk with the parking. We will come off of that a little bit and beautify that corner with 10 feet of green space. It will house a weight room and a wrestling area for those athletes. It will also overlook the football field, and therefore we'll have to move the scoreboard to the other end of the field. So it should not impact any of the residents attached or across the street on 92. We also plan to remove the log cabin. I've been in discussion with the Boy Scouts of America. They're interested in it for their outdoor museum near Cartersville. We're also open to talking to the city if the city prefers to retain it somewhere else. The hope is that it is preserved in an alternative location. I was asked about parking. Currently, we have a requirement, daily requirement of 438 spaces between driving students and employees. After the removal of half that parking lot, we will still have 647 parking spaces on our campus. So we feel like there will be adequate parking on a daily basis and for everything but 5 home games a year. Currently, parking is not sufficient as that is, even with the 80 lost spaces. So I'm here to answer any questions. And again, I have our engineer here that can also answer any questions. And we're just very thankful for the opportunity to participate in the improvement and beautification of downtown Fairburn.
Fellow commissioners, any questions for the applicant?
For me,
Welcome.
it's beautiful. Sounds
Each and every
beautiful.
one of you. Thank you for coming.
And looks beautiful.
It really does.
Fellow commissioners, may we have a vote, a motion?
Point of order.
I'm sorry.
I would ask if anybody is in here for opposition.
Right. Is there anyone here for or in opposition of this project? Come up, please state your name and where you're from.
Ma'am, I'm here in East Broad Street, Elizabeth Heineman, and I really am upset that you're gonna move the log house. Very upset. Just about every bit of history is gone out of Fairburn, and I don't like that. Why can't we find another spot to put the log house? And that's the way I feel about it. I'm very against them moving the log house to start with, but to take it out of Fairburn I'm very against it. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there anyone else that would like to make a comment for or in opposition? There being none, fellow commissioners, may we have a motion?
This is Commissioner Jones with a motion to approve Item number 2022083, primary variance, Landmark Christian School.
Commissioner Stewart, I second the motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposes? That motion carried. Well, there is no other business for tonight. We have a staff report. Commissioner Jones.
Chairwoman, there were two motions on the table. You also have application number 2022-084, which is for the setback along East Broad Street.
Apologize.
Oh, you read the whole thing, I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's fine. It's not,
Talking about the,
It's not on here.
it's not on my packet, but I understand. So also, so it's a separate motion, correct?
Yes, for
Okay.
both variances.
Right. So it's second motion to approve variance 2022084, an additional primary variance for Landmark Christian School. Make a motion to approve.
Commissioner James, I second the motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
aye.
Any opposes? That motion carried. Okay, no other business for tonight. Staff report, we'll start with Mr. Jones.
Staff report?
I'm sorry. The staff report first for our interim director and Richard.
Yes, thank you very much for having us here tonight. We really appreciate being here. I know there are some things that we've got to learn about the way you guys do things and some growing pains. So please feel free to reach out to us if you have any preferences for your procedures and things that we just weren't able to get on our onboarding process. We'll be happy to make those adjustments. Other than that, we don't have anything further for a staff report this evening, but please feel free to email us if you need anything in the meantime.
Thank you. Welcome aboard. Okay, commissioner comments. Now I'm on track. Commissioner Jones.
The only comment I'd like to say is just really sorry for the loss of our local officer, Officer Jean Harold Astry. Saw him a lot. Always a imposing person, especially for somebody of my stature, but always had a smile and kindness, and everybody I run into that knew him just thought so highly of him. So for those of you that don't know, the service is, I believe, Thursday over in Villa Rica. It's posted, but a tragic loss for the city of Fairburn, the police department, and we wish his family and send them thoughts and prayers for sure.
Thank you. Commissioner James.
Sure, thank you. And I would like to echo that sentiment. I was very familiar with Sergeant Astry. He was loved by everyone in the community, so his loss will definitely be felt by all of us, and we send prayers and well wishes to his family. And I'd like to also welcome Richard and Elizabeth to the team, new staff. We look forward to working with you guys, and it's been a pleasure so far.
Commissioner Stewart.
Yes, I'd like to welcome Richard, also, and Elizabeth. I got a question for you. Now, we normally meet in planning and zoning for our meetings of the first Tuesday of every month. It looks like September the 6th is the next scheduled time that we would meet, being Labor Day weekend. Should we push that back a couple of weeks or so?
One weekend.
Or do we have anything scheduled?
Yes, at this point, we've got 3 tentative items on that calendar. There's no reason with it not being a holiday that you can't keep it on there, but if it behooves the commission, then we have not advertised yet. We can adjust the date.
I would recommend to the commissioners, like we did for July, how we pushed it a week back to the 12th, and maybe look at the 13th opposed to the 6th. Does anybody have any opposition to that?
I'm open to either.
Either one is good for me.
I'm fine. I walked here. I'm available anytime.
Oh, okay, well,
What did you say?
I can come here anytime.
Yeah.
I guess there's no opposition, so we'll go forward.
So what we'll do is we'll verify that the room is available and check the calendar for any other events, and we'll confirm with you, and we'll advertise accordingly.
Okay.
Okay. Commissioner Smith? Well, I would like to also echo the sympathy and sentiments for the officer. Yes, he was a very, very nice gentleman, and we appreciated the work that he did do, and he will be greatly missed. So we send sympathies out to his family and friends and all his loved ones. And to our new director, you both, thank you, welcome aboard, and we'll get it together. And with that being said, may we have a motion for an adjournment?
Commissioner Smith make a motion to adjourn.
Commissioner Stewart, I second the motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposes? The motion carried.
Okay, we do the 6th. I gotta tell you now, I'm not gonna be here. I'm gonna be out of town that weekend.
Okay. We'll see what they do.